Good evening, viewers. The Jawan and the Kisan are the backbone of this country, but they are the ones who perennially have to fight odds, fend off adversity, battle extremes, and still shoulder the burden of the idea of India. Tonight, the Kisan's anger pours over onto the streets of this country. This country is actually on the boil. They are the ones who just live by the day.
But every day is a new fight for them. They till our motherland with their blood and sweat, and then are tormented by middlemen, the babus and the netas who manipulate them, cheat them, take them for a royal ride. The farmer today has raised his voice, but then finds himself crushed and oppressed by political goons at one end and an insensitive state on the other. Madhya Pradesh is on the boil. Mandsaur burns, but it is India that hurts.
The Newshour debate begins in 4 minutes. An endless line of buses and trucks on fire. Damaged vehicles and stranded passengers. These were the scenes on the roads in Madhya Pradesh a day after 5 farmers were killed in police firing.
The protest in Piplia Mandi suddenly turned violent on Monday evening after the protesters claimed that their demands have not been fulfilled. Currently, there is a standoff going on between the protesters and the police party stationed here in Piplia Mandi. Mind you, 5 farmers have already been killed in this protest and several dozens injured.
The Kisan backlash escalated very quickly, with villagers now asking who is accountable for the lives lost.
देखिए, इनको आश्वासन दिया है टीआई के विरुद्ध कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई की जाएगी, है ना, और कोई भी आदेश नहीं था गोली चलाने का.
The state that was in denial of police firing soon forced to admit the reality.
पुलिस के द्वारा कोई फायरिंग नहीं हुई है. घटना की सारी जानकारी बुलाई है और अभी पुलिस के द्वारा कोई फायरिंग नहीं हुई है.
उसमें किसने कितने राउंड किन परिस्थितियों में चलाए हैं वो अभी बताया जाना संभव नहीं है. वो जब तक प्रॉपर जांच नहीं हो जाती है तब तक ये बताया जाना संभव नहीं है.
But the U-turn came across only after this video exposed the state.
को आदेश आपके कमांडर से मिलता है तो कोई उसमें कमजोरी दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है. जितना पीट सकते उतना पीटिए, ठोकी यदि कोई भी आदमी यहाँ बदमाशी करता है तो.
The BJP on the back foot, with opposition stepping up the attack.
किसान ने मांगे थे फसलों के दाम और भाजपा ने ले ली है अन्नदाता की जान. किसान लगाते हैं कर्ज माफी की गुहार और भाजपा करती है गोलियों की बौछार.
प्रशासन को ये निर्देश सदैव दिए थे कि किसानों के साथ चर्चा करें, बातचीत करें और बहुत सद्भाव के साथ इस आंदोलन में भाग ले रहे किसानों से बात करें.
The state government has failed to meet the demands, have failed to correct the process and the policies which needed to be implemented, because of which the farmers are now taking out their pent-up sorrow and grief.
किसान संघ ने आंदोलन वापस ले लिया था, पर कांग्रेस ने कुछ किसान संगठनों को भड़काकर इस आंदोलन को हिंसक किया है. ये कांग्रेस का षड्यंत्र है और शायद थोड़े से षड्यंत्र में कामयाब भी हुए हैं.
From Maharashtra to Madhya Pradesh, and protests now even in Rajasthan. Is the BJP ready to handle the Kisan backlash? Bureau Report, Times Now.
And the Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi will be denied entry into Mandsaur. That's the news that's coming in shortly after he put out a tweet where he said that he will be going to Mandsaur. He'll attempt it via road along with Kamal Nath from Udaipur. we are given to understand that no matter what his attempts, there will be no leader who will be allowed into Mandsaur, Tanvi.
Absolutely. In fact, let's see if we can go across to Mohit to get us more details, because what we reported in the evening also, Mohit, was that the administration has decided nobody, no politician will be allowed to enter. Now, are they making special preparations? Is this going to be again like Saharanpur, where after the riots, Rahul Gandhi was stopped at the border of the district, and then he came back?
Well, in fact, as you rightly pointed out, this is once again, a similar case as what we saw in Saharanpur. However, this time around, the administration and the Madhya Pradesh police is in no mood to allow any leader, whether it be Rahul Gandhi or, for that matter, any of the cabinet ministers from Madhya Pradesh, to come to this particular town, which is currently facing sporadic violence. We spoke to some of the top senior cops here of Madhya Pradesh, and they very categorically denied that Rahul Gandhi would not be allowed to come to Mandsaur tomorrow, whether it be from his own vehicle, or for that matter whether he wants to directly drop in from his shopper. But at the same time, we have been told that Rahul Gandhi has already sent out a tweet saying that he would be coming in tomorrow from Udaipur. As far as the police presence is concerned, we've been told that Rahul, in order to ensure that there are no political leaders, including Rahul Gandhi or Kamal Nath, who would be allowed inside Mandsaur, there would be police present in and around the border area itself, and he would not be allowed to enter Madhya Pradesh itself. So it seems it is very clear from the side of the police that they would not allow any political leader to enter this area and further aggravate the condition, whether it be from BJP leaders or, for that matter, Congress leaders. But at the same time, it must also be, once again pointed out that BJP leaders, including the cabinet ministers of PWD,
right,
whether it be the PWD minister or the agricultural minister,
right,
also denied entry into Mandsaur. So Rahul Gandhi...
The bigger question is, why are these people trying to go to Mandsaur into the, as far as the troubled areas? And more importantly, the local MLAs and the MPs, where are they? The local leaders, the stronghold, the people who are supposed to try and help calm down the situation, where are they? Are they busy photo ops elsewhere? What is their responsibility? Plenty of questions to ask. Let's get to the debate. Mohit, thanks for your inputs.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us on the News Hour at 10 o'clock tonight, GVL Narasimha Rao, national spokesperson of the BJP. He also has a very important role as the chief advisor, political advisor otherwise, to the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. So he will know the situation on ground, and we will have a few questions to ask, and he will be ready to take all those because he's come prepared. Zafar Sareshwala with us, P. Chengal Reddy, Chief Advisor of the Indian Farmers Union with us, Ghanshyam Tiwari of the SP, Sudhindra Bhadoria of the BSP. Good evening, Mr. Bhadoria. And Ghanshyam Tiwari. Alimuddin Khan, good evening. Political analyst, leans towards the Congress party. Yogendra Yadav, founder of Swaraj Abhiyan. Sir, what are we seeing on ground, Mr. Yogendra Yadav? You have said that you want to start your political campaign with addressing the farmers' issue. How would you surmise what is happening on ground today? Because we are given to understand, sir, anybody who's stepping out in a vehicle, their vehicles are being smashed and then they are being allowed to pass. That's the reality on ground. So are these farmers or are these goons? Or has the state mishandled the situation so badly that the farmers have become goons?
Unfortunately, it takes nothing short of suicide or killing of farmers for this country to notice the plight of the farmers. And may I say that the least that we owe to these farmers who have died is that we try and focus on the real substantial issues, underlying issues which have led to this situation. Let us not treat it as one more law and order problem. This is not one more murder mystery. This is not one more political slugfest. There's something deep happening here. And that something deep has to do with the condition of farmers. Please remember, this is not a drought year. This was actually a good monsoon year. Madhya Pradesh is not the worst agriculture state in the country. If anything, Madhya Pradesh has been something of a success story going by official documents and official policies of all kinds of governments. Why is it that farmers have this unrest at this moment? And remember, it is not only Mandsaur district of Madhya Pradesh. It has swept across many of the districts of western Madhya Pradesh. And please remember, it started in Maharashtra, sweeping across Maharashtra. Now, no political political party in this country, least of them all the Congress, has the capacity to try and get so many farmers mobilized behind it. If they had the capacity, they would have done better in elections. So something spontaneous is happening, and the root cause of that is lack of income to the farmers. Farming is becoming an unviable occupation. Farming is a loss-making proposition. When farmers have bad drought, they of course suffer because of that. But even in a good year, farmers suffer. Their crops do not get price. This is why they are on street. This is why there is unrest. And they are here to remind the government, Modi government, of a solemn promise that they made.
If you allow me this interruption,
that the farmers would be offered price which is 50% above the cost.
I was coming to that. But what I was also saying is that one would assume that things would begin to get better from here, because we've seen 2 years of drought. But after that, the weather has been kind. The government claims it's taken a lot of steps to try and help the farmers with the crop insurance schemes and with several other schemes. But what we are seeing today, like you pointed out, is not just limited to Mandsaur. From Maharashtra to Madhya Pradesh to Rajasthan, this is now beginning to become like a larger movement that we are seeing of the farmers. But the danger, Chengal Reddy, is of this movement and the genuine problems and the genuine issues getting hijacked. So before we move on to the politics aspect of it, my question to you is that, do you fear that's happening already? A lot of visuals that we've seen today, and we'll play some of those out in detail and discuss those. It doesn't look like there were farmers out on streets demanding their rights. Are the politicians and some other vested interests now trying to hijack what was actually a genuine issue to be discussed?
You see, right from by 2004, when Congress came to power, they did realize that there is serious problem in farmers, and Sonia Gandhi went to Bundelkhand in 2006. Swaminathan report came. Now, what happened later is the real problem. Between 2006 and 14, Congress has not bothered to look into that. And in 14, when Mr. Modi came to power, he made enormous amount of promises to farmers. If you see the BJP state governments like Raman Singh or Mr. Chauhan and even Gujarat, there was some real good development in the agriculture sector. So in 2014, when Mr. Modi made all the promises, like you see, this is a list which I am showing. This is of a BJP manifesto. About 8 to 10 issues Mr. Modi has promised. Out of them, 3-4 are very critical. One is the MSP, second is linking Manrega, then making the inputs cheaply available, and then investments on irrigation and all that. Now, unfortunately, Mr. Modi, right from day one after becoming Prime Minister, he started going totally negative to farmers. The first problem he did is, his government filed an affidavit in Supreme Court in the case where we have filed for implementation of Swaminathan report that they can't pay the minimum support price. The second problem he created was, he directed the same Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, Mr. Shivraj Chauhan, not to pay 200 rupees bonus he was giving to wheat and rice. Then one after another he started neglecting. Can you imagine? In 3 years, Mr. Modi promised in this manifesto, they said they will start regional Kisan channels. All in 3 years they could do is start one Hindi Kisan channel. So you see, I mean, systematically over a period of
Mr. Reddy, let's go one by one.
There is a big problem in BJP now. It is government of India. It is Mr. Modi's policies that are creating the problem. This recent development in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra is directly linked to Mr. Modi's promise of loan waiver in Uttar Pradesh.
Right.
In Uttar Pradesh.
The farm loan waiver is one of the aspects.
Modi, why are you not asking all the BJP states to waive off the loans?
Right.
This is my question.
One by one, sir. One by one. Don't ask too many questions at the same time, because they will not get answered. They will get lost. So let's go one by one. Let GVL Narasimha Rao respond. He's already put his hand up. Plenty of questions coming his way. I'm sure he's ready to take them all. Yes, GVL Narasimha Rao.
No, Anand, there are facts and there is fiction. We can discuss facts and we can also have many panelists giving us fiction. The reality is that the MSP increases that we have seen in the last 2 years, if you see it in relation to the
Mr. Narasimha Rao, please don't talk. Don't talk like that, Mr. Narasimha Rao. What are you talking?
Chengal Reddy, let him just make his point. Chengal Reddy, let him just make his point. Let him finish his point, Chengal Reddy. He was listening to you very patiently. I know you are agitated. I know you're agitated and feeling disappointed. But let Jivel Narasimha Rao make his point. Go ahead, Jivel.
Let me complete my statement.
Yes.
Yeah. No, look at Mr. Reddy represents a farmer group. Does he not know that urea, has there been no change in the last 3 years? Have farmers not been repeatedly facing severe urea shortages in the past? I think is it something?
Do you know yesterday in GST you have increased the fertilizer taxes to 12% from 5%?
In every village you go, farmers tell you this.
GVL, let's go point by point. GVL, let's go point by point. The reality is, GVL,
fertilizer, pesticides and tractors. Now in GST you have increased the taxes.
No, Chengal Reddy, let GVL answer. Chengal Reddy, let GVL answer. Chengal Reddy, let GVL answer. This way, neither of it is going to happen. Chengal Reddy, please, sir, please. I'm requesting you, sir. Hear him up. Yes, GVL. Yes, GVL.
Yeah, as soon as we came to power, as soon as the Modi government came into office, did we not increase the compensation for the crop damage, for the natural calamities? We have increased in one stroke 50%, and all the damages, a number of natural calamities that were not compensated.
Okay, now GVL, you're going all over. GVL, wait a minute. You're going all over the place now. There is no point if you're going to go across this and not reach to a conclusive point. 1 minute, please calm down. One of the key reasons for our viewers to understand in plain simple language. GVL, allow me this interruption. For our viewers to understand in plain simple language why the farmers are out on the streets today in Madhya Pradesh and this agitation began in the first place is because they were not able to recover the investment they had made into their produce. Jitna paisa lagaya, GVL, okay, GVL, I will allow you to explain. Let me just put out some facts there. Please calm down. Let me just put out some facts there, then you can answer this. This is what has happened.
That is what is hurting the opposition.
The farmers have put in more money is their claim. They have come out and said we are not able to recover jitna paisa humne ye ugane mein lagaya. The market price is not at that level, which brings them to the point of MSP. Now that selling price, they say, and the charge is that the BJP government had promised that we will make the MSP at least 50% higher.
No, they've made the MSP higher. See, the problem is not there,
but that's not enough.
No, the problem is they have made the MSP higher, GVL, but this is what happened. Now, hear me out, GVL. Coming to you, let's put the tur dal situation out across 3 states. In Maharashtra, the tur dal commodity MSP per quintal is fixed at 50,050. That's around, okay, and then the procured market price is 3,000 rupees to 3,500 rupees. So the farmer is actually facing a loss of 1,500 to 2,000 rupees per quintal. In Maharashtra, in Karnataka, the situation is similar, where it is about 1,000 rupees per quintal approximately. In Madhya Pradesh, the tur dal price is 3,500 procure price, 1,550 rupees per quintal is the loss to the farmer. Now here is the situation. The government says we will buy from you at a higher rate, but when they go to sell, the real problem is they say we don't have storage. We can't buy so much of produce because we don't know where to store it. Then they have to go back to the market where the prices have come down and they have to sell it at a loss. Today, what has Shivraj Singh Chauhan yesterday agreed to?
Anand, let me
GVL, what did he agree to? He agreed tur dal only. I'm taking only tur dal. He said, I will buy it at 50 rupees per kg. That is the that is closer to the MSP rate per quintal, sir. Till then, the farmer was selling it at 1,500 to 2,000 rupees lesser.
June 4.
Yes,
let me make certain position clear. You see, in this country, I think let the viewers know, a lot of MSP that existed for decades existed only on paper. I think the governmental agencies only procured mainly cereals. A large number of commodities for which MSP existed only on the government papers for decades were never procured. That's a reality. But certainly there is a massive improvement now. I think even commodities which were not covered under MSP, this government has been procuring. And all the issues that the farmers had raised, On June 14, in a meeting at Ujjain, the Chief Minister had agreed and the farmers' demands had been met. Announcement was made. And
so what has happened there, GVL? Where did you lose control? Why are these farmers out on the streets, GVL? Why is it that the number of suicides in 2011 in Madhya Pradesh was at 1326, but in 2016, as per the data that has been released, it is 1982? Number of suicides in Madhya Pradesh. Why is it that in Maharashtra, and I can quote data for Maharashtra, for several other states, why has this gone up? Just what do you think is going wrong if the government is doing so much?
No, Tanvi, yeah, I'll answer this.
Yeah.
Madhya Pradesh, let me make the facts clear. Last 4 years, Madhya Pradesh has experienced an average 20% agricultural growth rate, the highest in the world. And the state has received Krishi Karman Award repeatedly for 5-6 years. And
Mr. Narasimha Rao, in 3 years' time,
so this is the
you are paying 200 rupees bonus for every quintal of rice and wheat.
The best
you have
state,
stopped it.
But
What is
still,
it you are saying that you have done so much? Ask Mr. Chauhan why he stopped giving 200 rupees bonus for every quintal of rice and wheat. You are saying as if it is a growth by your
political criminal.
No. Wait. GVL, let's come back. No, Mr. Chengal Reddy. Sir, this debate on Kisan backlash. Gentlemen, please calm down. I'm going to open it up to our other panelists. This debate on Kisan backlash has got multiple layers. There is the larger issue and there is also the local issue. Now, we have more than about 1,400 tweets on Kisan backlash at this point. We're just going to change the Twitter counter. Viewers are engaging because there are a lot of people asking questions at multiple levels. Now, on the local level, sir, as I open it up, Alimuddin Khan, Mr. Bhadoria, these farmer issues are not old, not new. They have been there year after year, government after government. But what we are seeing on ground today, is it mishandling of a situation that could have been controlled, that has actually been fueled further because of the way the state has dealt with it, Alimuddin Khan? Or is it because the Congress believes that some of... because there is a serious allegation that the Congress party is fueling this unrest because of some heavyweights in the Congress party who belong to Madhya Pradesh.
Anandji, our Mandsaur leader is Meenakshi Natarajan. She is a Mahila and very sober lady. She is well educated. She cannot involve in such things. These blames are baseless. Now Congress is a party which gave the slogan of Jai Kisan, Jai Jawan, to strengthen Jawan and to strengthen self-dependent of the Kisan in the country. And we built that since that time. Now this government is Sensex government. They understand only
yours was a Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan government, sir?
They don't understand problem of the Kisan.
Sir, yours was a Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan government, you say? Because Lal Bahadur Shastri coined that phrase.
Yes, sir. So
Lal Bahadur Shastri, sir, you know what NCRB fact checker says?
Today, Jawans are being murdered on the border and Kisans are being killed in the country.
Alimuddin Khan, you know what? 85,260 farmers committed suicide between 2004 and 2008-2009. Last I remember, it was a Congress-led UPA government. During the UPA's first tenure. Second term of the UPA government, 72,857 have died because of farmer suicides. Again, NCRB fact checker. UPA 1, UPA 2, the total number, sir, is close to 1.55 lakh people. 1.5 लाख से ऊपर के farmers 10 साल में मरे हैं.
आनंद जी,
सो फार्मर सुसाइड जो है, ये सेंसेक्स सरकार हो या किसान की सरकार हो, किसान तो मर रहे हैं. आज हम हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी से ये पूछ रहे हैं कि आपने अपना दायित्व निभाया है कि नहीं निभाया है, या आपने सिर्फ किसान को मूर्ख बनाया है, उसका सिर्फ उपयोग किया है और उसके साथ धोखा किया है.
Anand ji, if you remember Bhatta Parsol, Rahul Gandhi ji was stopped going there, but later on he went there, and same a Kisan's concern is the top priority of the Rahul Gandhi ji, and Dalits problem is the top priority of the Rahul Gandhi ji. He is going wherever is a problem for the Kisans and.
Yeah, I would have liked it had he gone to visit.
अलीमुद्दीन खान सवाल तो आपसे क्या? अलीमुद्दीन खान सवाल आपसे पूछा इतनी स्टैटिस्टिक्स के साथ और आपने एक स्लोगन लगा दिया यहाँ पे जी. आपने एक स्लोगन लगा दिया कि जो है किसान राहुल गांधी की प्रायोरिटी है. अगर प्रायोरिटी थे तो पहले क्यों नहीं चले गए? आज वहां पे इतनी मारपीट हो रही है, बसें जलाई जा रही है, ट्रक्स जलाए जा रहे हैं, जो उस समय में अभी पुलिस उनको कंट्रोल करे या राहुल जी की सिक्योरिटी देखे? 5 दिन रुक के नहीं जा सकते हैं, पर उनको अभी ही जाना है बिकॉज ये फोटो अपॉर्चुनिटी करनी है उनको.
राहुल जी की
मुझे समझ नहीं आता राहुल जी कर्नाटक क्यों नहीं चले जाते हैं? कर्नाटक में कितनी सुसाइड हो रही है? अलीमुद्दीन खान
पुलिस को वहां उनकी सिक्योरिटी करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
टेल राहुल गांधी अबाउट द स्टेट ऑफ
35 किसान आर डाइंग एवरी डे इन बीजेपी regime. 35 किसान आर डाइंग एवरी डे इन बीजेपी regime.
Let's go across to other political parties.
This will not
about one specific political party as much as we will question BJP tonight because they seem to have failed to bring the situation under control in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra and Rajasthan is brewing. But what have the other states done? Why have the farmers come to this point yet again? Ghanshyam Tiwari, can anybody really claim to be above this? What has any political party done that 70 years later we are dealing with the same issues when it comes to the farmers? We are still talking about the only way to get rid of their problems is a debt waiver. And whether debt waiver is the right way to go or not.
No, I'm just reading out a tweet.
Panel, why do you want
Sir,
me in this debate?
No, Mr. Badoria,
Tanvi,
sir, I'm just...
Tanvi, let us make this question direct.
Not only waiver. Not only waiver.
There is a.
It is right.
I think there are enough experts to handle the debate.
Three of you speaking. I request you to go one by one. One by one. Ghanshyam, just hold on for a minute. Let's go across to Mr. Badoria first.
I think it's better, please continue with the debate.
No, Mr. Badoria, we are coming to you, sir. Thank you for your patience. Apologies. Go ahead, sir. And then after that, Ghanshyam Tiwari and Zafar Sareshwala, thank you for your patience to our panelists. Yes, Mr. Badoria.
You see, by fudging with data and facts, we are not going to find any solution to the problem. The farmers' problem has been a long problem. Nobody can deny this. They are like that book written by Franz Fanon, The Wretched of the World. They are the wretched of this country. They are living on the margins from a long time. However, 3 years back, tall promises were made, and more particularly as far as we remember, both Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Mr. Modi jointly in rally said that the Achhe Din of the farmers are going to come as soon as we are in power, and within 6 months we will give MSP price 50% over the produce. And not only that, we saw gradually that they waived off 1,26,000 crore of loan of the corporate houses. But they are not willing to consider the farmers' point.
Stop lying, Mr.
Which they should do.
Stop lying.
And which they have absolutely... No, you are lying. You are lying to the farmers. You have lied to the nation.
You tried in Uttar Pradesh. You tried these lies in Uttar Pradesh and people have rejected you.
Let me tell you.
I think farmers have voted overwhelmingly for us because of our governance at the center. For governance at the center, farmers have overwhelmingly voted for us. Your lies are not going to
get. Okay, Mr. Badoria, I have taken 2 of your points. Mr. Badoria, okay, point second. Let's listen to what his response is. You've made 2 charges. You've made 2 charges, Mr. Badoria. One is on the failure on delivering on MSP. Let's listen to what the response is. The second is on the corporate loan waivers, but not for the farmers. I think what has happened is that the banks have been told by the RBI to write off those loans. That doesn't mean that the banks will not still go ahead and seek those that money back. So that is what GVL is going to any which ways tell you. I'm just clarifying that. But GVL, this is what the BJP has done. They have gone to the Supreme Court and they have told them that as far as the MSP is concerned, it's not possible to raise it beyond a certain level.
This was a jumla.
So was it a jumla in your BJP manifesto? Is the charge that first Chendu Reddy made, Yogi Yadav made, and now Mr. Badoria is saying? Give us a response on that, GVL.
He said that no, he said.
No, if you look at the MSP increases, we have, you see, 50% more than the cost of production.
No, why did Mr. Amit?
The formula was to give them 50% more than the cost of production.
Yeah.
And that has already been done in most cases.
Why did you say that?
Wait.
And also, you have to keep in mind, you see, increase in prices have to be seen in the context of one, the inflation,
Mr. Bhadoria,
and
please
also
wait.
the world prices. These have to go.
No, Mr.
hand
Bhadoria
in
and
hand.
GVL. Sir, this MSP argument lies busted right now because I put it out. I put out the facts. You have said that you are giving them a higher price in terms of the minimum support price. No, but GVL, the reality on ground is that you have said, I will give you 5,050 rupees per quintal as far as tur dal is concerned. But when they go to the government exchange area and the selling marketplace, the person sitting there says, I don't have storage, so main nahi kharidunga. Sir, we have viewers watching this debate live. No, GVL sir, I hope you have a screen and you can watch. All our panelists, I hope you have a Times Now screen. What we are doing is we are getting our viewers to write in live, sir, and look at some of the views that have come in. There is one person who just said, can we pull up the involved responses so far? One person I read there just now, Nikhil from Gurgaon, met a farmer who didn't take his potatoes off the ground because prices he was getting was lower than the cost of extraction. This person has met this person. There are others who are saying good quality seeds are out of reach of majority of farmers. Jeevan says, what has the BJP done about it, Mr. GVL? Specific questions coming to specific panelists. They are saying, can BJP give a mass solution like Shastriji, strongly stop imports and work hard to increase yield? Now we have a question in terms of where we have surplus onions. Now, these are all real questions. Now, these are all our viewers writing in live now on our screen, sir. Specific questions, GVL. Yes, answer this, and I'll go to Zafar Sareshwala and Ghanshyam Tiwari. Yes.
No, Anand, I think we owe it to our farmers. Agriculture, if it doesn't become remunerative, they will stop growing. There is already, I think, a lot of people, young people from the farm families want to quit farming. I think this is a tendency we cannot afford. We have to give them increase in prices. We have to ensure their income security. The Fasal Bima Yojana, how many of...
Sir, they don't want the Fasal Bima Yojana. One of the things is one of the things that has been agreed by Shivraj Singh Chauhan is...
Can I complete my statement?
Okay, sir.
Can I complete my statement, please? One line.
Yes.
No, Fasal Bima Yojana that we have today is the most unique and the most
But sir, they want to make it optional.
Solution.
There is something wrong.
The Fasal Bimas in the past didn't work.
Sir, there is
at a very low level of premium.
GVL,
they are assured of...
GVL, I'm talking about Madhya Pradesh, GVL.
High sum assured.
GVL, I'm talking about Madhya Pradesh. This is what Shivraj Singh Chauhan... Sir, there are problems. I'm bringing in Ghanshyam Tiwari and Zafar Sareshwala. Zafar Sareshwala, you have three groups which are agitating right now. Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan goes ahead and engages into an agreement with one of the groups which was not even part of the agitation. What does he promise them? He says government will buy moong dal from farmers at MSP 50 rupees per kg for tur dal and onions at 8 rupees. So far they were buying it at 6 rupees last year. Paying farmers half their dues at mandis in cash and the remaining through electronic transfer. Crop insurance scheme, Fasal Bima Yojana, will be made optional. Then he's announced cases against farmers in connection with the incidents will be withdrawn and 1,000 crore stabilization fund will be created. But he has gone ahead and agreed this with the groups which were not agitating, with a group which was not even part of this agitation, and that has further spoiled this entire aspect. So you tell me, sir, who's mismanaging, who's actually implementing the schemes and who's not implementing the schemes, who's deliberately derailing this entire process, further agitating the farmers of Sareshwala. Is that what is happening?
Anand, just give me 2 minutes uninterrupted. First, with regards to Madhya Pradesh, yes, I think the Madhya Pradesh government has not done the best possible way it should have been done. I mean, the high-handedness of the police and, dealing with different groups, as you said, this was a big folly on the part of Madhya Pradesh government. But I would go beyond this politics of it. These agitations over a period of time, politicians enter into it and the real thing gets out of it and the politics come out comes on the fore. I think this issue about farmers is nothing new. It is not about 1 year, 2 years or 3 years. This is the neglect of past so many years.
Yeah.
You know, we know that more than 68% of our working population is involved in farming activity. Successive governments did not do anything. I mean, the loan waiver alone will not do anything. I mean, if you waive loans now, again after 5-6 years, again you'll have big amount to be waived. So we need to do some structural changes. We need to involve agriculturists, scientists. We need to bring technology in farming. Like for example, I'll give you one small example. Maharashtra. Now Maharashtra, you are having sugar cane, which is a water guzzler, and that sugar cane just sucks water for 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers.
No, look.
Now this sugar cane should have been
in.
So
we don't want all
these kind of wrong.
No, when we farmers make an investment, we want a cost of price.
Just give me 1 minute.
Don't discuss about all these things. Don't tell us what to do, what not to do. Don't go back into history. A person working as an employee wants salary. If it is a businessman, he wants profit. As a farmer, I want a profitable price. Don't go about telling everybody, farmers, what to do, what not to do. Ye karna hai, wo karna. Ye kai ko aap log. Only thing is, simple thing you must understand, you pay us a profitable price.
Mr. Reddy.
That's all. Why are you going in circles and telling all these things? Water guzzling, this and that. That's that is not the correct way. See, today the farmers' agitation is because we are not getting profitable price.
No, Mr. Reddy, the point is, Mr. Reddy, the point I think that Zafar was making, your point is fair enough.
Where will that money come from?
Your point is fair enough. The point that Zafar was making was about a long-term solution. There has to be a long-term solution. We can't just be short-sighted all the time.
It's not a short-term solution.
Let's give out a loan
waiver. You can't have a short-term solution
right now.
You need to think in a larger term, larger context.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, at some point, does the BJP also sit and need to introspect that because they've done this in one state, there has to be a ripple effect that they will have to deal with across the board now? Started from Uttar Pradesh.
I don't think this is ripple effect. The reality is, in their manifesto in 2014, they made 16 promises on with respect to agriculture, and they have fulfilled only one. And they have outrightly broken the promise of minimum support price, 50% of the input cost. And not only have they broken, in the Supreme Court, they have filed an affidavit about it. Mr. Amit Shah recently interviewed to PTI saying that the Swaminathan formula that speaks about 150%, no state can implement it. So they have turned it into a jumla. As far as the state of agriculture is concerned, the agriculture loan is around 12 lakh crores. If some state is waiving 30,000 crores of that loan, it is a small slice of that. It does not transform anything. What is BJP doing? Let us look at the situation in the country. The past 3 years, farm productivity has not gone up. Farm credit to farmers has not gone up. Rural jobs, Manrega investment as a percentage of GDP is down year over year in the past 3 years. Market linkages have not improved. In fact, demonetization killed it. Productivity on cattle is not improved. There are more suicides. The Supreme Court called out this government that it is because of your bad policies that the farmers are committing suicide. The Prime Minister has gone across the world, but the reality is, on one end is making India, we are turning into a net importer of farm products.
Please tell me one thing.
Anand, just give me 1 minute.
Please tell me.
$43 billion of farm products.
Let Zafar Sareshwala.
The $1 million question is, where will you get the money from?
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
GBL after that and Yogendra Yadav.
Well, it is.
See, Anand, you can't have stitch immediately.
For 3 times. The Prime Minister did not know where the money will come from. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Is there any accountability, Mr. Zafar Sareshwala?
My point is.
No, I'm saying.
My point is.
Asking 3 years later.
No. You let me complete. Let me complete.
Yes, Zafar Sareshwala.
What I'm saying is, You need a long-term strategy.
There has to be a
not that you have a loan waiver now, you increase MSP now. We need to have some very long-term strategy.
If you are saying a long-term strategy, there was a panelist who at the top of this debate said that this all started with the UP farm loan waiver. It has all started with the UP farm loan waiver. So where was the long-term strategy there, Zafar Sareshwala? Another question that goes to the government. But at this point, before I go to GVL Narasimha Rao, Yogendra Yadav wanted to come back into the debate. Yes, Mr. Yogendra Yadav, we've gone across to our panelists. We'll go back to GVL. But what we are seeing, Mr. Yogendra Yadav, on ground, there are two aspects, sir. Like you said, largely for the first 37 minutes.
That one has to shout to be heard.
No, not at all, Mr. Yogendra Yadav. Go ahead, please. But today the reality is, sir, the farmer is having to burn buses to be seen and to be heard and to be discussed.
Let's go on with it. Yeah. Yes, I do understand that farmers have to die before they have to be heard in television studios, but I really thought that within the television studio debates, we don't have to do things of that kind. I think we can, for our urban viewers who may not understand what is happening in all this discussion, let me explain simply. The Government of India announces something called a minimum support price, which is the Government of India's assurance to the farmers that go and sell your crop, but in case you don't get price, we are offering you this minimum guarantee that this is the price that you would get.
Yeah.
This price has been very low. BJP in its manifesto in 2014 and in manifestos across the states, not just once, several times said, we will ensure that whatever is your cost, plus 50% is what you would get. Now, all this is calculated by a government body. Cost is not a subjective factor. There is a proper commission of Government of India which does this calculation. So the question is, has the BJP done it? The answer is no. Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, unfortunately, does not simply face this question. He said, in several crops this has been done.
I will answer this.
Sir, this is simply a lie. This has not happened in a single crop. Can I complete what I'm saying? I do understand these things. I have gone to the Agriculture Crop Commission. Yes. But till then, please don't disturb me. I have gone to that commission. I know exactly the data and statistics. Not in a single crop has the BJP government offered 50% over and above the cost. The next question is, okay, you have not done 50% over the cost, but have you at least given more than your predecessor, the UPA? The simple answer is no, sir. I'm picking up paddy and wheat. The UPA gave 10% increase, 8% increase. Your government gave less than 4%. In wheat, UPA gave 11% and 5%. Your government has given just about 5%. So not even up to the UPA mark. The third question is, okay, you can't give even what your predecessor said, but at least are you ensuring whatever you have said? You have said 5,000 rupees, 5,050
no, but
rupees.
You need to give me same time, Anand.
Yes, for
unexpected time.
The answer, as this channel has clearly given, there's the answer, sir, you have been speaking, you've been shouting, you've not been allowing others to speak. Can I please be allowed to speak, or are you so nervous about what I'm saying that you can't even begin to listen to me?
GVL, your response.
So, as this channel has...
He's just concluding his argument.
I hope you are
not
concluding
his argument, sir. He's concluding his argument, so give him that time.
Mr. Narasimha Rao, I really hope, after 3 or 4 disturbances, I really hope you are not moderating this show. I find that BJP people think that they not only run the parliament,
but I am talking to the moderator.
Right. Okay. Let's not deviate, Mr. Yadav.
So the third question was, can you stop and listen? Can you just be civil in this entire thing? The third question is, has the BJP government at least given to the farmers whatever it has said it will give? 5,050 rupees in the case of tur dal? The answer, as Anand has very clearly given, is no, that's not happening at all. So this is what the farmers are protesting about.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, GVL Narasimha Rao.
What you said you would. Don't tell me insurance. Don't give me I buy all. दाएं बाएं की बात
नहीं सर, दाएं बाएं है नहीं सर. दो ही मुद्दे हैं सर. साफ 2 मुद्दे हैं. GVL Narasimha Rao, your rebuttal. 2 मुद्दे हैं. एक कि फार्म लोन वेवर आपने एक स्टेट में इतना खुल के दिया, सबने कहा हमें भी दो. और दूसरा, जीवीएल आप ही के पास आ रहा हूं. जीवीएल, आई एम कमिंग टू यू सर. एंड द अदर वन इज द एमएसपी इशू, वेयर यू हैव सेइंग, यू आर क्लेमिंग दैट वी हैव सेट अप द मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस एट अ हाई रेट. But the fact is, on ground, the purchase is not happening because the excuse given is we don't have place to store. So please go back to the market. That's the excuse.
Anand,
yes, GVL. Please reply.
Anand, I
GVL,
please
reply.
Not the only issue.
Even the
Bhadoria ji, coming to you, sir. After let the BJP rebut, sir. Let them see. Let us see what they say. Let us see what the government's voice says,
Shah
sir.
had already said that this is a jumla.
Now, let them prove otherwise, sir. You have to give them the right. Sir, you have to give them. You have to give GVL. Hear him out. Hear him out. If you don't agree with him, rebut him, sir. Hear him out. If you don't agree with him, rebut him, sir. Please. Yes, GVL.
Yeah, first of all, I know Yogendra has a liking for the Congress, but increase in the price happens. You see, every year the costs are calculated. He knows it, and this CACP calculates cost every year, and the Congress, his friendly Congress government, gave an inflation of more than 10% successive for many years. The CPI was more than general CPI was higher. And the costs for the farmers were even higher. Therefore, the increase in the price is determined not on year-on-year basis only, but based on expenditure on cultivating a crop, cost of cultivation in a particular year. So, therefore, your comparison to your friendly Congress government is invalid. Point number one. No, you just shaking heads doesn't change things. I think costs are...
He's not saying anything. We will go and finish your point quickly, please. Yes.
Number one. Number two. Anand, your point that you are not buying every crop. I have made this clear to you. In this country, you have Mr. Reddy, or let anyone say it, a number for every crop you have a MSP, you have never procured. Procurement was largely limited to only the wheat and rice. All the other food grains, it was there only on paper.
What is that you... Mr. Reddy, let him complete. Mr. Reddy, let him complete. Please don't interrupt. Mr. Reddy, let him complete. Please.
Agriculture is
Mr. Reddy, one by one, please.
Agriculture is a state subject.
See, Congress is not done it, I agree. Now you made a promise.
No, we are doing it. That's what I'm saying. So don't mislead your viewers. We are doing far better. We are doing. You ask the farmers, they'll tell you. You ask the farmers, they'll tell you. You have a BJP, a farmer-friendly governments in every state, I'll tell you. Go and talk to farmers in Maharashtra.
So then what is happening in Madhya Pradesh?
Situation
what is happening in Madhya Pradesh? What happened in Maharashtra, sir?
Is 100 times better than it was under the
why did the farmers, sir, why did the farmers march in Maharashtra? Sir, why did the farmers march from Pune, from Panvel, beg your pardon, to the secretariat in town?
The same farmers,
in Kolaba.
Anand,
why did the farmers protest in Pune on the Nashik highway, in Solapur? Why did they protest across the board, and did they have to get an assurance from Devendra Fadnavis?
Why did two of them kill themselves yesterday in Nashik?
Yeah, when they know...
Suicide.
I'll tell you just one line answer.
Yes.
One line answer. Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra know that here are chief ministers, the farmers, they will listen to our... They have been... That's the reason why we are winning.
Okay, then let me ask you specific to Madhya Pradesh, GVL. Sir, specific to Madhya...
I don't think farmers know that the chief minister is going to listen to us. That's why they should kill themselves. Look at the number of suicides that are happening. The fact is, you may say you're delivering better than the previous, but the benchmark was so low, GVL. I don't think you should take any kind of consolation from that. That if you're doing any better, because the benchmark was so low and so bad for so many decades. Anand, you wanted to make a point before we go to Mr. Bhadoria.
GVL, now let's come to Madhya Pradesh, sir. We've talked about the larger issues for the larger part of the debate. I'm just going to come and focus on two questions on Madhya Pradesh, and please set the record straight. Mr. Bhadoria, allow me this, please. Home Minister Bhupendra Singh issued a statement saying that the police had to shoot in self-defense. You know when he made the statement? After he said that the police never fired. Another instance, the police fired when there was firing from the mob. This is again something which he said. Mandsaur collector says they did not fire, neither did the police have orders to open fire. The IG Law and Order today says we can only tell you after we know how many rounds were fired and who fired how many rounds, from which gun. We will do an inquiry, then we'll tell you. Now, why did this happen if the state was in control? Second question, sir, more importantly, BJP State Chief Nandkumar Singh Chauhan has said that members of the Kisan Sangh were fomenting the agitation. Then why did Chief Minister call Shivkant Dikshit of the BKS to discuss and bargain the demands? when the reaction was immediately that the BKS was not involved in the protest at all. The other two Sangatans got very, very upset. And they said, we will increase the agitation because you have gone and engaged with a person who is not even part of us, part of the entire agitation. And you have gone ahead and done with somebody who's an RSS-backed organization, but the other two organizations were not even thought about or engaged with by the state chief minister. These are the two big arguments which are saying that this is why this is happening in Mandsaur today. GVL Narasimha Rao.
No, I will answer, Anand. Please allow me to speak for a minute. There is some information in what you said and there is some misinformation. The misinformation is this agitation was actually called by the BKS. The other organizations that you mentioned do not actually have any long standing, and we do not even know, neither the government at the state level
Rashtriya
or
Kisan Mazdoor Sangh and the Bharatiya Kisan Union
want. I think the only group that met, the group that actually was agitating, they met the chief minister on 4th of June, and many of their demands which they articulated had been met, and the announcements were made. So therefore it was surprising to the administration that these protests continued even after several assurances were given. I want you to counter, please. I'll come on your debate tomorrow. Please approach the other organizations if you can find anybody in those organizations.
Okay, the next point, GVL, the first point that Anand made. So you've clarified on that. The first point that Anand made, what happened?
No.
Did firing happen? Not happen? Did the police open fire? Have 5 people been killed because of police fire? And who ordered it?
Please, can I now make
GVL Narasimha Rao. Yes, Mr. Bhadoria, just one answer from him and then you can come in.
The order, Anand, I'm answering that.
Very brief intervention I want to
I think from the state administration, from the chief minister, the orders were very clear. Can I just take half a minute? I will just put the record
He is waiting for you. Yes, Mr. Bhadoria is allowing you that. Yes.
From the chief ministers, from the state government side, the directive was to have only dialogue and not to use force against the protesters. That was the clear line.
Well, GVL Narasimha Rao, that's not what your top cops were telling their men on ground. They were telling their men on ground to use force if needed, because like the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh said, there are anti-social elements who are taking over this protest. So if you see them, do what you need to do. Jitna peetna hai, tokna hai, karo, maro. That's what they were telling people. Your forces on ground. Mr. Bhadoria, please. Yes, go ahead.
Then I have seen that.
I've seen the video
that you have shown that that's a different district altogether, where there was violence and then some police actually lost their eyesight. There were very violent incidents 2 days ago.
He's not allowing anybody to speak except that he himself...
Now he stopped. He's waiting for you to complete. Mr. Bhadoria, now he's waiting for you to complete, sir. Yes, complete.
Okay, he's saying that the BJP government is a farmer-friendly government. I want to know from him, this farmer-friendly government is there, and every day in Madhya Pradesh, 3 farmers commit suicide. I mean, this is the kind of attitude you have towards the farmers. This is your friendship to the farmers, that every day 3 farmers are committing suicide. In a year, over 1,000 farmers commit suicide, and you pretend that you are a farmer-friendly party and a farmer-friendly government. The real issue is, as pointed out, that
we are a
farmers'
government
and aspirations have risen. Their consciousness has risen. Their consciousness has risen. They want equality with other working groups, but they have been marginalized and they have been pushed to the wall, and that is the reason why they are on the streets and they are fighting with their backs on the wall, and you are shooting at them.
Okay,
and then
we are completely running out of time. We are completely running out of time here, so I have to begin wrapping this up. There are just few key takeaways that have come out of this debate. First and foremost is there real grave issues at hand when it comes to the farmers of our country, which have been ignored for far too long. In the last 1 year, the suicide rate has gone up by more than 40%. And for any government, farmer-friendly or not, that has to be a cause of concern across states in our country. So that's for the state governments and the centre to take note of. But Can the politicians really hijack a genuine farmer protest that began and politicize it, go over there for their own photo opportunities and instigate it? Today, what we saw in several parts were goons who were setting these buses and these trucks on fire. Can the state government allow that? That the Madhya Pradesh government will have to answer. Some of the points that we've left for our viewers to think about. Thank you so much to our panelists for joining us on this debate. 24 crores secret splurge. Gathbandhan with Ghotala for votes. Tweet live with Gathbandhan with Ghotala and be a part of the Newshour debate.
As the government taking cognizance of Times Now's report on the Newshour last evening with the Gathbandhan with Ghotala, but Taliban enters Kashmir, a big talking point on Twitter along with the Kisan Backlash.
Absolutely. So on Kisan Backlash, if you have a view on who's really accountable, use that hashtag and tell us. And don't go anywhere. Coming up on the other side is an exclusive. Stay tuned.